It is so damn hot today. According to my system, it is 93 degrees outside. I don't even know why I'm leaving the house today. I should just be staying inside with like the AC on. But we go out, we do stuff, we hang out, we see people. We have a new addition to our little gang. We got that boy. He's very cute. He's very small. He's much smaller than I thought he'd be, which is cute because I have like this big. I think it's like is he like 14 inches? Something like that. He's large. Like he's like big cuddle size, basically. But this guy, he's like I think 6 inches tall. So he's cute, little thing. Much cuter in my opinion. Much more portable. So, we can take him out, do adventures and stuff with him, like have him videos, take pictures, because I was thinking about doing something like that. But having like a little mascot of some kind, and I feel like a little ditto Snorlax is kind of perfect for that, low key. So we'll do that. In regards to the last video when I was in the car, and I had like the mic up here on the cold shoe mount, it was pretty decent. I liked it because it was just stabilized audio, but of course there was that one point where like I took it off and started talking. I was like, yeah, I can do this too. And obviously, once you take out, because like this is about, I don't know, a foot away from me. And so once I took it out, and I was like, obviously this is going to be better. Clearly, it was so much better. So I think what I'm going to do, for the most part, is probably just keep my mic on me. Because that was cool and all, but you're just going to get more clear, good sounding audio when I do mount this on myself, the seatbelt on my shirt. Right now, he's chilling in my shirt pocket, vibing. But we're going to go out again today. I'm like trying to put myself in a mission, in a mindset of we are going to content create the ever-loving fuck out of this day today. So I'm going to push myself. I'm going to do my best to get like some B-rolls, some extra shots of just random stuff. I know I did a little bit of it last time by getting like random angles of the pool table and stuff like that. But what I really wanted to do was get some like, what would have been better was some like panning shots of people in the pool hall, us getting there, us leaving, a shot of the outside, just the fancy stuff that you see on YouTube videos where like you see a person pulling up, or like you see a person driving and then, when they arrive at their destination, suddenly the camera's outside and you see them pulling into the spot and it's like, how do they do that? B-roll, editing, extra footage, which like for me, one of the things that has made this the most difficult for me is when you watch a video, because it has been edited so much and added in extra footage to connect dots, transitions and all that stuff, it feels like it's just one cohesive piece, right? At times it doesn't feel like this is extra footage, it feels like it's just the natural sequence of events, but it's not. It can't be, because like what's going to happen, or what would happen, is I'm recording this right now, and what I'll do when I get there to where I'm going is I'll stop recording, set my camera down outside, start recording again, pull up, have that chunk done, and then jump back to me getting out of the car, so that you see like me going somewhere, new camera view of outside, me pulling into this space, then we jump back to the camera being in here with me. And it's that whole just, obviously just good editing and good like cinematography in terms of how you're piecing this video together instead of it just having it be one boring straight shot. And again, it's one of those things of like also when they're talking over B-roll, because it's like when I'm talking about one thing, it doesn't have to be exactly what you're seeing. Like, I could keep this audio track of me talking about stuff and then have just some other footage over this, replacing this footage but not the audio. So that I'm talking about whatever I'm talking about, I'm describing whatever I'm still describing, but now you're seeing something else in better detail. So it's like maybe I'm talking about something specific, maybe I'm talking about a meal, so I'll show you that meal. In the moment, I'm really bad at thinking of those things in the moment of like what I need to do, what has to be done, what makes the most sense. And it's not until I'm done after that I'm like, oh crap, I could have done this, I could have done that, I could have got this kind of footage, damn, that B-roll, this, that. just angles of this. I wish I'd been recording with that. So it's like, it's something that sort of drives me crazy, because it's like, if I wanted to go more smoothly in terms of getting these editing that I'm talking about, I would have to plan things out so much more. But then all of these things, it feels less, vloggy. It feels less like whimsical or on the fly if I'm just putting so much thought and effort into how I'm doing this, right? But if I want the videos to be like better, I need to get the B-roll and the alternate camera angles and stuff. I need to be thinking ahead a lot more and saying like, well, when I'm describing this, and that, I need to go forth and get better footage of this, and that, right? So instead of you just hearing me yap on and on about this, and that, you get some good footage of those things I'm talking about. You get a good representation. You get a nice break from just seeing me sit here and talk the entire time. It's variety, because while sure it might be a vibe to just like listen and talk and just hear me ramble on about random stuff, about like motorcycles and playing pool and table tennis and other random stuff, but at the same time, you could also just like, I don't know, do more. It is so bright and so damn hot. Oh, I lied. What I said was 93, like at the start of the video. Apparently it's 98 now, so we're definitely breaking over 100 degrees Fahrenheit today. I don't know what that is in non-freedom units. My guess, hang on, I'm really bad with Celsius, but I'm going to take a guess. I'm going to say, I feel like 98 degrees Fahrenheit is about, I don't know, 34 Celsius? I feel like it's in the 30s for some reason. Or is that just like a normal temperature? I don't know. I'll have to look it up and edit it over this video and either call myself dumb or call myself very smart for guessing it pretty closely, but we'll see. There's also something weird that I noticed in the very last video that I didn't notice also existed in the video before that when I was in my car. But it was like when I was turning and stuff, the camera seemed to like pan over or like move its like angle around, which is weird because it's on a like a stationary suction cup mount. Like this camera does not articulate like on that kind of rotating axis. It should not go left and right. And what I noticed, I think it happened most when I was like turning left and right. So I think it's something about some kind of like sort of like kind of gyro stabilization that the camera tries to do like internally to make it so that things keep looking stable. And I guess that kind of like the force of the car kind of basically turning around 90 degrees to the left or 90 degrees to the right, depending on which direction you're turning. And like the force behind it, it's like the camera's like, I think I should like counteract that. So if we're turning right, I need to pan left to make sure we don't like mess up this view or something. And I think that's from the stabilization, the rock steady setting that they call it on the Action 6 or the Action cameras. So I turned that off for this video, so we'll see if it still does it, because if it does, that means it's just some sort of internal stabilization the camera tries to do regardless of what settings you have. And if that's the case, that's perfectly fine. No, Snorlax! Damn, you just fell in my hand. So we'll see what happens. If it is that setting, and I just turn it off and it's cool, that just means that anytime I'm driving around in here, turn rock steady off, we'll have a much better video. And I can't believe I didn't notice in the first video, but in the second video, I noticed it like almost immediately. And I was like, what the hell is going on? Like, I even came into the car, and I was like, making sure everything's tightened down. I was like messing with the suction cup thing, and I was like jimmying it around to see like if it is bouncing out of place or something, or if it is wiggling, and I was like, maybe that's what it is. even if that was the case, it wouldn't. I don't think that would be the reason that's happening, because if this is like loose in any way, that's causing a rattling sort of thing, a back and forth thing, not the kind of like precise feeling camera movements that it was doing, where it would literally, like, as I turn, because what I noticed more, like what really gave it away for me was when I would do a turn, you would either see more or less of the seatbelt buckle. Like there were some frames or some points of the video where like the camera buckle at the top was out of frame completely, and then there were other like portions of the video where it was like fully in frame, and you could even see more of the window. And I was like, what the hell's going on? Like, I didn't move my camera. It's so weird. But I think it's some weird stabilization thing. So if you're ever having trouble with just how your videos are looking, especially when you mount it to a car, because I found this other video where a guy did similar testing, but instead of having the camera inside, he put the camera on top of his roof, and you could see the same kind of thing happening. Because what the action cameras really try to do with this like Rocksteady or the horizon balancing is try to keep your outer frame, everything in the background, everything around you, as stable and straight and perfectly level as possible, especially when it comes to the horizon balancing and the horizon steady. That becomes really jarring and looking very odd and out of place when the thing you're inside of it joins the foreground of your video, like in theory, and so it's not in the background. And so what that means is you'll see, and I can see it on this car, it'd be the same if I was like mountain biking with this setting, which I would not recommend doing horizon balancing with mountain biking unless that's the vibe you're going for, because it looks so weird, because you'd have perfect, level, stable background, everything out of frame, everything like out of place in the video, straight, perfect. But you would just see like the car is just like going crazy, looking like the car's in the middle of an earthquake, but there's nothing going on in the background. And so it was basically that kind of vibe where like sometimes I saw the guy turn when he had it on top, and it would do the same thing where I see the camera doing these weird like stabilization adjustments that were like messing with it in the same way that my video was getting messed with. So like I said, if you're having trouble, if that's something you don't want in your video, where if you want your inside the car shots and everything to just be exactly what you see on screen, turn off Rocksteady, and you should not have that issue, because now you're allowing the camera to get as shaken up as possible. And it doesn't matter too much. I would say that the Rocksteady and stuff matters more when it's in your hand, when you want to get rid of the jitters, or like if you want to look at something like outside of your vehicle and just point at something and have it not be jittery and have it be sideways or whatever, fine, that'll work. But you lose some of that cinematic quality of things and just immersion if like you see me like bouncing around shaking because I'm like off-roading or something and it's just going crazy, but the footage looks so smooth and stable. You're like, Jesus Christ, like, is this dude just like playing it up for views? Is he just like pretending? You know, so it's so weird. If you're gonna have this in your car, especially if it's on a stable thing, like right now it's on this suction cup mount. This suction cup mount is not going anywhere unless I yank it off and put it somewhere else. It is stable, it is smooth, it will follow the levelness of the car that I'm in right now. It's basically like setting up on a nice tripod. You can imagine it being a stationary video, a stationary shot. So you don't really need to account for any jitters or anything like that with the Rocksteady or any kind of horizon balancing, because what you really want to think of it as is the inside of this car is a different world than what's outside. You're going to see stuff rushing by, that's fine, but what's going to end up happening is you want smoother footage in here, and so in that case, just turn off the Rocksteady, turn off any kind of image or like video stabilization, because what you have is a stable way to do it. Anyways, looks like we're just about to pull into the parking lot, so I'm gonna get nice and parked. It's also very sunny. There we go. Dude, there's no parking, man. There's one spot. Or maybe not, because nobody knows how to freaking park. Jesus Christ.
massive MMO. And they are this perfect family of super strong, high-leveled players. And they just get along so well in the game. So everybody in the game is like, oh my god, this is the best family of all time. Isn't that so cool? Cut to the real world, they literally fucking hate each other. It is like the most dysfunctional family ever. And it's the son.
Oh, I love that because that reminds me of like.
And they only put on the act.
Any kind of trope where they're like putting on this act, where it's like in front of the cameras, they're like the happiest family. But it's like as soon as the cameras go off, the wife's like, "I hate your guts. I'm cheating on you with 3 different men." Yeah, she's like, "I'm going out to dinner with fucking Thomas tonight." And the husband's name is like James. So like, she's just going out with her side man.
The husband's name is James. This is important for the story.
Yeah, this is important.
Yeah, no, that shit's fucking hilarious.
She doesn't speak to her husband in the third person. She doesn't refer to him that way.
No.
They're 2 different men.
2 different men. This time it's going to be Thomas. Next time it might be Jerry.
The interview finishes and they're done. And instead of the wife taking out a cigarette, the like 12-year-old daughter pulls out a cigarette. She's like, God, I hate this family.
God, I fucking hate this. Oh my god.
That's what we call the rule of thirds. Wait, Dana.
One is still out.
The one.
The one is still out.
So when they close at like 10.
Well, I mean, I think the...
Oh, the chairs.
Oh, damn. In case you want some fries. We're hiding underneath my fries.
Man, this used to come in a box.
Wish
look at
the
that.
boxes still existed.
Oh.
Yeah.
This is a pretty
I'm
solid
with you.
It's
No, like, I know everyone else likes it, but just not me.
Never tried it. Exactly.
But the other thing is that I personally am not okay with coming to a place like a place named Del Taco and asking for a motherfucking burger. It just doesn't feel right.
It's just one of those things that have been like one of those sleepers, you know, where it's like, damn. But like, a pretty good freaking cheeseburger.
Mm-hmm.
It's really good. How's your taco? Of all the music I would listen to, because I play this on my streams, because copyright free. None of my VODs will get like marked or muted.
Yeah.
And this was like Muffin's favorite fucking song. Every time he'd always ask me, He's like, play the twerk song. I'm like, all right. And I was following this playlist. Like when it first launched, literally when it first launched, it had like 4 songs. This one, the twerk song, and one more.
Wow. But now it's up to like.
But now it's like,
damn,
15 hours worth of songs, which is really good.
Mm-hmm.
And there's some of them that like, so a lot of them is kind of like, you know, techno-y sort of house music, you know, that you come to expect from like, I think 99% copyright-free music. Just, I don't know, that seems the easiest to make. It's like, I'll make a fucking crazy beat, beep, boop, 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 beep, you know? So, pool was fun. Had some Del Taco after. We got out a little later than we expected, just because pool was so fun. And after we got done, me and Dana just kind of started helping her practice some shots a little bit, you know, figure some things out. So we got out a little later than we first anticipated. So we went to Del Taco, get some food, and the damn dining room was closed. It was crazy. I'm about to go through kind of a dark, yeah, look at that. Oh my God, it's so dark. Just listen to the sound of my voice. Follow the sound of my voice. Think nothing of what you can see. The dang dining room at the Del Taco was closed, so that sucked. So we just hit the drive-thru. Also, that Del Taco closes pretty early. It is like, I think one of the earliest closing Del Tacos I've ever seen in my life. Because most Del Tacos I know that I've ever been familiar with were open like 24 hours for the drive-thru. Them bastards never close. Close the lobby at some point, sure, 8 or 9 or something. But drive-thru, 24 hours. You're stoned at 4 a.m. and you want a taco? Taco Bell's closed. Del Taco ain't. So we hit the drive-thru. Got me a double Dale cheeseburger. I love me a damn double Dale. One of my favorite things to get there. If ever I'm going to Del Taco and not getting burritos and quesadillas, I'll get me a double Dale with some fries. Their fries are good. They got good crinkle cut fries. Dropped off everybody, and now I'm heading back. It was a good time. Good times. Morongo. We were supposed to go to play some table tennis today, but thankfully Dana checked yesterday after work. She checked their schedule because she was like, I think they open at 8:30 in the morning. Because the table tennis runs from 8:30 a.m. to like 1 p.m. She was like, yeah, let me double check. She found out that for the next like 3 days, the gym was closed to like public stuff. So like what we normally do. So we ended up not being able to go today because they were just closed for table tennis. Decided to go play some pool again. Pool's fun. I feel like I'm getting a little better at like seeing and like envisioning my shots more so, which I'm really enjoying. I'm also getting a little ballsier when it comes to trying stuff. But like at the same time, it's still super easy. Even though you're playing like casual games, playing with your friends, it's still super easy to get tilted. Like when you feel like nothing's really going your way, you feel like you're missing just every single shot, or you feel like every single shot is like just a little bit off. And then when you finally do make a shot, you scratch or something, and you're like, oh, just my luck, you know. And then the other person gets to go, and then they basically just run the whole damn table. They're just running circles around here, and you're like, well, damn, I thought I was gonna get to have a turn this game, but apparently I don't. But sometimes you just gotta power through it, because sometimes you just get some bad luck. No matter how good you are, no matter how good something was set down or laid out in front of you, you never know how it's gonna go. But just don't do that. Have fun. Know that you're there to enjoy yourself, enjoy your time with your friends. It's just a game. You're not a pro. This isn't a tournament. There are no stakes. You're literally just having fun with some friends. So just have fun. Don't be afraid to laugh at yourself and not worry too much about how you're doing. Are you always going to run the table and go on an 8-game winning streak? No. Unless you're Dana. Then you can do that. But for most other people, you're not going to do that. You're going to struggle. You're going to miss your shots. You're going to scratch. You're going to just have bad luck. Or sometimes you're not even going to get a turn because the other person just either has enough skill to run you down and just win the whole damn game right in front of you. Or sometimes they'll get a little lucky. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm just going to head home now. So I'm going to cut the video, cut the lights, turn my music up and vibe. So I will see you guys next time. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. We'll see you guys later. Bye.